Hey everyone, it's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and I have another project to show you from the new catalog. I did get an order that I had placed right when you were able to place your orders, and I got my stuff in, and I'm so excited to play. So I'm going to be showing you a lot of different things. I'm still hung up on this Berry Burst Lemon Lime Twist, so bear with me. um, the card we're going to make today is You're So Lovely, or You're Just Lovely, and it's with those two colors, Berry Burst and Lemon Lime Twist. And I'm using the Oh So Eclectic stamp set. This is the rubber stamps that have the, I'll actually show you. They're clear mounted, so you put them on a clear block, but they are the rubber. They're not the photopolymer. I just have everything I'm using out on a block, so I could just take them off, put them down, and then I will clean them later. This comes with a some framelets, so you can use some of them coordinate with the stamps and some of them are different. So this one intrigued me, so I'm using that. That's just kind of a border showing the berry burst through the lemon lime twist. So what's nice about this is that it's kind of a watercolor look, so if you're off a little bit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't line up perfectly, and since they're not photopolymer, you can't line them up perfectly, so you kind of just have to go with it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to just move this stuff off, and I have everything pre-cut. So it's a piece of Berry Burst paper, cardstock, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then the piece, this layer, is 5 1/4 by 4. And then this one is 3 3/4 by 3. So we're going to start with the stamping. So let me get my stamps out here. I'm going to do a little stamping off. I'm going to do kind of the background and then the inside. So we'll do the Berry Burst flowers. And I'm going to just get this big one. It kind of looks like a donut. Everybody was wondering what it was when we saw it. And it's got kind of, I don't know, like a texture here, and that gives it that watercolor look. So you'll see that it doesn't, you know, there's a lot of white in it, and that's meant to be like that. So I'm just going to stamp this. I'm going to stamp it off. I kind of was trying to keep the flatter part on the bottom so I could try to line it up with the other stamp. So I'm going to stamp it on paper. That's what I mean by stamp off. And then I'm just going to stamp it on here. So it gives you a lighter color. And I'm going to now, let me just put this here. And I'm going to do the other one. And see, this one kind of has a flatter piece. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to line it up, but that seemed to work for me. So I'm going to stamp this straight on. And you kind of just have to wing it a little bit. Looks pretty good, right? So the same thing with this one. This is this other flower that's not full open. It's from the side view. So actually, let me do the inside first. So I'm going to put this down on the Berry Burst, stamp it off again so I get the lighter look, and just stamp it down here. And then the inside I'm going to do in the lemon lime twist. They put the stem along with the inside, but I thought it looked pretty. So we're going to go ahead and stamp that. Now that does not get stamped off. You go straight on. So let me just line this up here, and you just try to see as best you can. Go over it. Okay. And then I want to give this a stem. I'm adding leaves, but there's not really a stem here. So that kind of bothered me. So I'm going to just stamp it till there's no color. I could clean it, but I'm going to just stamp it till there's no color. And then I'm going to just try to ink the bottom. So it's a little bit awkward. You could probably do this with your markers, but I thought I'd give it a whirl this way. And I'm just going to try to line it up as best I can. And there you go. So I have my stems. And then the leaves, they're also two-step. So I'm going to do this background first. So I'm going to just stamp it off and then try to find a place for it. And then I'll do it again. think I did that. There we go. And I'm just kind of, I don't know, placing it wherever. And now we'll do the insides. And this again is a straight on. And again, you have to try to just line it up as best you can. So go over it. And then this one as well. Okay, so that's that. And let me just put the sentiment on. And the sentiment is from the same stamp set. There's some little ones, so I thought it would fit in perfectly. And this one says, "You're just lovely." So I'm going to do that in the Berry Burst. And I'm just going to put it, let me just stamp it, make sure it looks good. I'm just going to place it up here in the corner. Okay, so our stamping is done. We'll put this aside, close these up so we don't get in trouble. And then we can just do the die cutting, which is pretty easy. You just have to line it up, and then we put it together. I mean, it's pretty easy card, and I thought it was elegant. I love this. So let me get my Big Shot right behind me. Oops, hope this is in a good place. And I'm going to place this on the precision plate. I did run it through without the precision plate a few times, but it seemed like things were getting a little bit stuck. So I thought it might just be easier to do the precision plate. So I'm going to just eyeball this, line it up a little bit. Let me just make sure this is going to fit above it okay. I hope I'm in camera here. So I'm going to try to place it this way. Just kind of line it up. And that looks good. And I will just run it through. So I'll put the plate over it. Trying not to move anything. And I'm going to run it through. And I'm going to run it through again. So I'm just going to go till, and sorry that made the whole camera shake, till it cuts through. And let's see how that worked out. Okay, just poke these all out. See, they fall out pretty nicely. They did come out without the precision plate. I just had to run it through a few times. So I thought on here, you probably didn't want to see me do that. Okay, so all we have to do is put everything together. I'm going to adhere this with the liquid glue just so I can get around the edges. You could do the snail if you wanted to, but I just wanted to give myself the ability to kind of get into some of these edges. So I'm going to go around here. It's pretty tight. Kind of put it around, try to get it, oops, into the corners somewhat. And then I'm going to just try to put a dot in these little areas here. That's probably too much on that one. I'm going to just wipe that off. So let's see. I think that looks pretty good. Let me just grab this off of my finger, and I have some on here as well. So I am going to just line this up. And again, the liquid glue gives you a little bit of time to maneuver here before you're locked in. Isn't that just a pretty look just without doing anything else? This combination is just my cup of tea. And then this one, I'm going to just put down with snail adhesive. And I would probably, I didn't prepare this, but I would probably put I definitely would put a piece of cardstock on the inside so that you can add your note. You can write on it because this is very dark. So I would put a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of Whisper White cardstock, and then I would either stamp a sentiment, I'm not sure what I'll be using this for, or write in it. So this is the card, same as what I made earlier. I really love this set. I think it's pretty. It does have designer series paper as well. Let me just show you. It's in the catalog on page 132, 133, and again, it has some nice samples that you can try to follow. And then it does come in a bundle, so if you buy any of the bundles, it's 10% off. So you would get the stamp set, and it comes in the clear mount or the wood blocks, and that means that they are the red rubber. And then it comes with the thinlits. It's got all the papers. It has some overlays and ribbons and other things. I didn't get all of it. I did get the papers, so I'll have to check them out, and I'll show you on another video. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll be back again soon. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.